Started. Okay, so good evening. Welcome to ILR3 around. Yeah, you do that. Anyway, this is ILR3 around Austria for round 9, I think, of the ILR season around the Red Bull Ring, the Österreich Ring, the A1 Ring, whatever you want to call it. It is the same track. But yeah, slowest, well, not slowest, but quickest lap of the season. Normally we see laps of around a 1:04, 1:05. Don't know what the weather's going to be like for this session, but I think nature of this track is very slippery. But of course, there's a bit of difference tonight because Jess isn't here. So I'm going to be lead commentator tonight with Morgs. How are you doing?
Right.
A bit of technical difficulties with the Twitch updates. I didn't realise they had updated it that much.
I'm here now, though.
But
I'm not sure
yeah, we're just getting used to it. I think it should be okay now. Short qualifying. Short qualifying. I had to do full qualifying commentary yesterday. It took age. But anyway,
was that fun? I couldn't imagine doing it full qualifying. I mean, it must be
can be surprisingly fun because qualifying can be very close in full qualifying. I'm talking like thousandths of a second close.
Well, this track should hopefully provide if it was around a track such as this, one of the shortest tracks of the season, we'll probably see the closest gaps of the season. And one mistake around this track could be in qualifying could completely ruin your lap because of how little corners there are and how little opportunity there is to gain time. So, I reckon we get about 1 in 5 whole time around here, and it's going to be an easy one stop in the race.
Well, it all depends on tyres. Soft and soft, isn't it, around this track?
Yeah,
Okay,
ultra
good.
stuff goes 17 laps, super stuff goes 21, and stuff goes 27 in the race. So, just some background information on the side.
So I'm glad I've got you here.
So yeah, I'm in the one ball at last time who just started the lap. So, do you want to take us through the lap on board with them?
Yeah, I mean, that team can do Perez not doing anything to stop him. But yeah, a bit of probably barely of that. I'm not surprised, but no, he's still going to try it. He's still going to go with it. Put in a bank for that. I mean, may as well. Because ultimately he's warned no matter what you do with him at this point. But this is probably the best thing on the track, I think. Two long left-handers in sector 2. But actually, sector 2 comes point is halfway in between the corners, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
I would.
bit of yeah. Yeah, so you've got a bit of and then speaking to another corner, but I didn't realise quite a bit of understeer in this hour. I'm not sure how he's driving, but if he's down 10 now, a bit of a dodgy corner, I think he's got exactly right to get around, and it's a 106 a stable lap from our front, but I don't think he would help him to go off and looking at that.
Yep. I think our fans have been through for some time. I've seen him race before, and I know that you cannot see that like a cool thing that happened. If I'm honest, his driving style didn't look like he was attacking the curves. It kind of like he was being a bit cautious just to set that banker. So we'll see what he does later in the session. But a 106.1 is a decent banker time, just to set in nice and early. But I don't think it'll be done for the pole. As we've already seen, Villian, a 104.8. That's my 104.8 prediction.
Very competitive.
I think it's Hamilton,
so
super soft,
if he stays
on the 15.0.
So if ultra soft, I mean he is on pole, but He's going to have to do that one extra stop than APS Hamilton, as long as Hamilton doesn't get anything like front wing damage at the start or keeps the tyres up and
I don't think William will have to make a stop because the 36th race, 15-ish plus 27 is more than. So it's a basically guaranteed to stop unless you're really good with the tyres. But this track is different and it's good in my opinion because it means drivers push a lot more in qualifying on the softer compound, and that's what I like to see in qualifying. Oh, the APS Hamilton was very wide in the last corner for me.
Thankfully, somebody told me in the chat that the game sound was a bit too loud, and I looked at the stream, and boy was it. Just bear with, there's a few. New Zealand average is not going to take any more time in qualifying because he's just hit the wall into the pit lane.
Well, he's now going to actually have, he'll probably have to start on the opposite off just because he'll get disqualified, I reckon, otherwise. But he's going to have that one lap advantage now, which it probably was accidental. You wouldn't want to crash out at this stage of qualifying, even though his time was very good. And he probably will slip down the order looking at WF1 Perez's time. APS Hamilton was super soft, so he's probably going to not stay at P1 for long. So that was probably not what he planned, and we'll be very disappointed with that, but at least he's got a good banker in. Is there anybody on a lap at the moment? I think his diffusion's coming to complete.
No, not APS. He's not got any backup. So, going through the order, trying to find someone who's on a lap. Hotwire is on a lap, I think. He's just put his engine into the 5th engine mode, the fastest engine mode. So we're going to go on board with him through what is now the 2nd DRS zone on the lap. Another one being added this year. Probably for the best in real life. I think Austria, I don't think anyone was expecting Austria to be so good in real life this year. Through turn 3, I think he's got a reasonably lot of diff to get that good of a launch out of the corner. Down into turn 5. Reasonably difficult zone to see off and down the corner, but he manages to get the nose in nicely. A couple of yellows in sector 2 and sector 3, but I have a feeling that might be just because of those backing off, trying to get a bit of space for their lap. A bit slightly, and he goes through the ground. That's not going to help his lap at all. Keeps it out the wall. He's just going to have to bide his time and go again. Going back up the order. F1 Gennady is on a lap as well. What using that 5th engine mode, although it has been proven that having the 4th engine mode at a higher speed is actually faster. It goes back down to 5th below red in like sort of 3rd, 4th gear coming up the corner, and then shoves it back into 4th.
Yep, definitely gives you
down the straight.
Definitely give you that
a little bit of run.
It does take a lot more DRS, it could mean you have to save a bit towards the end, but look, I think this track you won't have to worry much about that. So you can pretty much push almost the entire track here. You can very aggressive curves in that. And Hotwire puts in a lap of 33.5, very competitive, should be pole position, but obviously because of that spin, I think he might be going again, and yeah he is, so keep an eye on him. But the Nari comes to the line, and
he is going to have very hot tyres without that spin, and he's going to have dirt on it as well. Quite a few reserves in it so far in the second, I think. 4, I think, of JP's back 44, and I've seen him here before. JJ Rocks 04, doing quite well in P10, but I think the best 2 substitutes at the moment are APS Hamilton and WF1 Prix. They're currently P2 and P3.
I think APS Hamilton has taken a full-time seat in the Red Bull, and because he is second in the championship despite only doing 3 races. So he has had a brilliant start to his season, because obviously he joined for the last 3 races. So, and he is 47 points behind steerage, who has won every race except one, which was China, where they got a podium in 3rd place. So this man, steerage, hasn't had a bad season at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds today with Hamilton on such good form, steerage on such good form, and possibly some of the drivers getting involved as well. Possibly we've seen this fusion, R fusion, no he's not. But I was going to say he got pole, I think it was in Canada, So we've got quite a few drivers who can potentially get pole here. It's a very close division. That's what division, like sort of like when it's grouped together in division, that's what it does. As our steerage is about to begin his lap as championship leader. Shall I take you through a lap? If you're on board with him.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep, so through turn 1, taking that quite nicely, DRS wide open, coming down towards, some would argue for turn 3, I say it's turn 2. So hard brake into turn 2, getting as close to the outside curve as possible, into the inside curve, clipping it very nicely. Now coming out on the exit, third DRS though, now coming down towards turn 3. Gotta make sure you lock up here, it's quite an easy place to lock up, but he takes that quite nicely. On the super soft, remember, so we're not expecting a lap of flying colours, but he's done so well as he comes down towards the blind left-hander, while difficult corners on this track to the other left-hander, careful not to extend too much here, he does that quite nicely. As he comes now towards the final 2 corners, got to keep as much speed as possible through these. And he takes that very nicely, only down shifting a bit, he goes slightly wide, but he's not being violated, comes towards the line. What's his time going to be? It's going to be a 104.8 within validated, so it doesn't count. I think that might have been in the penultimate corner.
104.8 would have put him in the top 3.
It would have been pole, I think it would have been low 4.8, so it would have been pole on the supercross. But unfortunately,
he's gone for it again immediately by the looks of things.
Yep, obviously the
engine mode.
Yeah, it will have been
obviously
like for 2 laps, so obviously it's not what he wanted for the race.
Look at his set time very closely because APS Steerage, a guy who I was actually commentating on yesterday as well in another league, he got pole. He was the last person to set a lap, and he got pole in the dying breaths of that qualifying session, and it was full qualifying, so everyone was a bit fatigued after all that, and he still managed to pull quite an unbelievable lap out of the bag. So hopefully the one here goes a bit wide. I'm not sure if that's going to be invalidation or not. He doesn't open the DRS.
No, it's all good.
He goes P3 anyway.
On those super stuff as well, with an extra lap in them, that was impressive, to say the least. He would have been on position pole if he didn't extend a bit, or at least we might have gained a bit of time, so he probably would have been P2 or P3 easily on even fresher supercross. But that wasn't to be, but he's still going to have a slight advantage in the race, assuming he can go out on those ultra softs again. Speaking of ultra softs, APS Hamilton, even though he's in the pit, he's going to switch onto the ultra softs. Coming out now, I think, or is that hot wire? Oh no, hot wire is coming out. Not APS Hamilton, but APS Hamilton has... Pardon?
I'm looking at the stream and think your mic
I've
is
just
cutting
seen on the chat.
So, you want to try leaving the party and join back? I think that's
Yeah, I
really
would.
it.
Okay. Invite me to it on invite.
Yeah, got you. So give me a moment while I re-invite Morgs to the party. Won't take me a minute. Okay, I got him. Going back it on, and Atlantis.
Right,
Let's take a little bit of a trip through the gravel.
Right, in the chat, you can let me know whether that's no better. But I've been wanting. No idea. Never mind, it's included. Oh, Jason is back 44. A 104.
Oh wow! 144 in that McLaren. So 4 tenths quicker than anyone else, and I don't think you saw it. I think this is just going to have to be a few teething issues for this one stream. Apologies, but yeah. Twitch had a recent update. Not too sure what they've done to it, but
Jason is back. That's very impressive from them, considering he only raced in the last race of the year. It says on the official spreadsheet that he came 14th. So that is very impressive to come back from that and put it on provisional pole. With only 4 minutes left in the session, if everybody except the bottom 2 in the session are out on the ultra soft or coming out on the ultra soft now.
Yeah,
So we're going to be
on board with Hamilton for the last sector of this lap. He's coming through the second fast left-hander now. Not sure what his sectors have been like so far, but he's on the ultra soft, so I have a feeling quite a stormer of a lap has come out.
15.9, 28.7. He is 4 tenths up on his personal best.
This could be a very, very good lap. 52, only 4 thousandths. So close between P1 and P2. Good lap by ABS Hamilton.
Yep, and watch out for steerage
starting lap as well. He's actually dumped the softs, dumped the super softs, and he's gone on to the ultra soft. So this is probably the fastest lap we're going to see from steerage in this session, as long as he doesn't make any errors at all. But he is lagging a bit for me. I don't know if that's just the game or my internet's having a good day or what. It might be because I'm streaming. Don't know. This game does what it wants sometimes. But he set his first lap on the softs. Wasn't a great lap. The softs not really coming to him. He set one on the super softs. It was a very decent effort, to be honest. At the time, it was only 2 tenths off the fastest time of ultra soft tyres from, I think it was Zillion average, who's now out of the race after binning it in the pit lane. He's still P3 though, so he's still got a couple of times, although he will still have to start on the ultras, otherwise he will be disqualified by default. So it's going to be a series. Now coming down the final corner, and I think this might be a very competitive time, and he goes P3 behind his, well, we'll say teammate, league mate, I call him. I don't know if you're talking or not, it says you are, but I don't think you're coming through on stream, and I can't hear you, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. I'll just take over for the second. Because the yellow's in sector 2 and sector 3, I have a feeling again, that might be some people backing off than it is. Blazing Stender coming in, he's not going to be able to set another lap. Easy Fusion is on his out lap, so he's going to do a set lap on the he's going to do a lap on the ultra tyres. There's only one person who hasn't set a lap yet, and it's WR Dark Phoenix, although I have a feeling he might be about to. Easy Fusion in P13 at the moment. Usually we see him in the top 10. I did do a lap on supers. Every person above him bar one, F1 Zanardi, has done it on ultra, so we could see another lap going for him. WF1 Perez going P5, and then probably retiring. So, one's on the out lap to look for. ABS Hamilton, Jason is back, JJ Rocks, and Atlantis. And I'm just having quite a unlucky season from memory. DNF's in quite a couple of races, a lot of the time just due to bad setup or just not being the victim of an incident. Infinity, I think he backed out of that lap. He's not on, 0 laps. I think he's still on that lap. He's going to have to be, I don't think he's not going to make it to the start-finish line, I don't think. So, JJ Rocks on his last lap. Full engine mode, full battery mode. Goes into turn 1. Goes very, very hard on those curves. Keeps it reasonably well together. Give me a minute, I'm going to have to join a different party because I think Morgs is trying to sort out some mic issues. I still can't hear him, which is unfortunate, but as JJ Rocks is continuing with his lap, bit of a stiff through there, and on the grass, that's not going to help him at all. Manages to hold it together. I don't think he's going to be able to put in that much of a competitive lap after that, but going through the second fast lap, Andrew still going to stick with it. Other people on lap, APS Hamilton, I'll stick with him now because he's about to go over the line. Jason is back. So I do improve or not. I don't think he did. ABS Hamilton goes over the line. He stays where he is. Easy Fusion improves to P6, so good effort from AJH all the way up in P4. I think that's the best qualifying I've seen from him. And I think that will decide the order. Adolf Gamer going down. He's still on his lap. The fuel light is on. The red spanner is there, so I'm not sure if he's got damage. Might have a little bit of fuel management on his qualifying lap, which you can help him at all. Adolf down in P16, not the best we've seen, doing a bit of zigzagging. I think he invalidated his lap. So, down in P16, Adolf's game. Very unlike Force India driver, but a couple of people having to make up places. Dark Phoenix, stranded Ferrari on the straight. But, yeah, quite a decent qualifying session. A couple of binnings, a couple of spins, and a couple of really good laps as well. So your order is, Jason is back 44, getting pole in his very first race in ILR, and APS Hamilton and APS Steerage, the two league mates. I'll take on that league as well, so check it out. AJH 722 with a Swedish, Estonian Zillion Average, Easy Fusion, WF1 Perez, Leopard Affinity, JJ Rocks, Hotwire complete the top 10. And going down, we've got the Renault Dun Thunder, Atlantis, F1 Sonardi, Blazing Slender, R Frank, Ados Gamer, and WR Dark Phoenix. So a couple of surprise results there, as we said. Some people being a bit low, some people being a bit higher than we thought they'd be. But it all should shape up for the race. So, normally there's a bit of buffer between the qualifying and the race. So I'm going to very quickly see if I can get these mic issues sorted out. So bear with me. I'll definitely get back before the race. Shows Morg's mic coming on, but no sound. So I think it might just be solely his microphone not wanting to play ball at the moment. So I think we may only have, well, possibility for only one commentator for the race. I'm going to have a bit of a sore throat by the end of it, but it's all worth it because it's all great racing. Morg's going to very, very promptly indeed restart his Xbox because I don't think this game, this Xbox, well, Xbox Live in general, maybe his mic, not sure what it is. Just troubleshooting a few things to see what the problem is as everyone is about to ready up to go on the formation lap. McLaren and Red Bull on the front row. Now maybe the first time we've seen McLaren on pole in ILR3 this season, but Jason's back doing a very good job to get it that high up. But loads on the ultra soft tyres. I'll quickly get all the details up. Normally you can tell if it's going to be a clean race or a dirty race depending on how many people get disqualified on the formation lap. We've had one already, JJ Rocks, Z04, JJ Rocks 04. So this could be, well, from what we've seen in the past, Austria has some big treats when it comes for racing. Not a very long formation lap, obviously, so they're going to have to take every opportunity they can to warm up the brakes, warm up the tyres, keep the engine as cool as possible. You don't want to have too much heat in there because obviously wear, but yeah. So I think Jason's back might start to be backing up the field. He doesn't want to be sat on that grid as long as possible. Sometimes people can be sat on the grid for up to 30 seconds at a time, which is going to cause the tyres to freeze, the brakes to, well, brakes will generally be fine. It causes the engine to overheat as well, obviously, because none of the air is being scooped into that airbox. Going through the order. Yeah, so that is the Force India of JJ Rocks on the grid after being disqualified on the formation lap. So, commentate the start. Hopefully more can join me soon, because my throat will be aching. So, bit of a glitch sometimes with the red lights, but we've got 3 of them, we've got 4 of them, we've got 5 of them. And lights out. They haven't gone yet. I told you there was a glitch, and away we go. Not very good down at all from the McLaren. It's going to allow the Red Bull through. The Williams looks for it as well, but he's going to carry on a very reasonable bit of damage. The Toro Rosso going on, and Mercedes going wide as well. Now McLaren could be getting a bit of slipstream to turn 3 as it is now. It used to be turn 2, but that little kink counts. There's almost 3 wide there for P4, P5 and P6. Mercedes goes down the inside of the Sauber, maybe forcing up on the curve a bit. That's going to cause a bit of wheel spin. Going back well, look at this. ILRGT gets a bit of damage on his front wing. Still side by side the Sauber and the Mercedes. Down the inside still is Mercedes. And the Williams is going to have a look as well. The Sauber locks up. A bit of contact between the Williams and the Force India. The Force India goes around the outside. So I think the positions might start to be stabilising, going through the order. Still, the Williams and Force India are side by side. The Toro Rosso is now going to start having a go at the Force India as well. Down the inside into turn 9, that is a very brave move if he does that. There's yellow to sector 3, and I'll probably scroll through to see what that was. I have a feeling it might be R. Frank and Blazing Slender. Yes, it is R. Frank. Sideways across the track. APS Hamilton, fastest lap of the race, obviously. He's in P1. A full drive out of that McLaren, out of that Red Bull, but McLaren is going to try and make a move into turn 3 on the second lap. Not close enough to be able to do it. So, order off of that is APS Hamilton, and Jason's back, making a bit of a switcheroo on the start, as Jason's back just didn't seem to get away off the start. I'll quickly alternate the position change. WF Perez, the big loser there, as I think he had to pit for something. I don't think I saw any. I think he was the one that lost a bit of his front wing on the first lap. Of course, if there is safety car, he's arguably going to be one of the best positions. That McLaren is sticking very well to the back of that Red Bull at the moment, as I think Morgs is going to have to leave us as he can't sort out his mic issue. So I'm going to be your sole commentator for today. Not the first time I've had to do a sole commentary, but still, it's always easier when I've got somebody with me. Plus, its lap time's tumbling at the moment, with APS Steerage, the one who eventually gets it at 107, so about a 3 seconds difference with all that heavy fuel, worn tyres. Still warming up for that, but as he's still sticking to the back of that Red Bull, he's going to look for a bit of a dive. He looks at it, sticks his nose out and says, "Yes, I am here." That DRS, he's not going to have the Red Bull locks up. It might give McLaren a bit of an opportunity, but it doesn't. And McLaren, I'm not sure what he's obviously got a very, very nice setup on that car. It wasn't very nice of him getting away from the start, but I think he's finally started to dial that into the racetrack. I think these ultra softs will be going off reasonably quickly, because we've got those very fast middle sector laps. What am I about? Middle sector tyre degradation. That's the words I was looking for. As the top 3 are currently separated by less than a second. Could see APS Steerage come into play here as well. A bit of understeer from APS Hamilton, but that's allowing McLaren to get right underneath the rear wing, but one who plays the most out of it, actually. APS Steerage is actually close to Jason is back now, and Jason's back to APS Hamilton. It's 8 tenths apart going through the hairpin. Sticking together like glue at the moment. Even have his falling back a little bit. Of course, this is a man that had a bit of unfortunate nature of being in the pit lane in qualifying. He's got a bit of a gap between AJ8 and AJ8, even more of a gap behind him. But going back to this battle for the lead, I'm not sure if we're going to see this going for quite a few more laps. I wouldn't be surprised. So, calming down a bit for the racing front. Top 3 doing a very good job at the moment. APS Theory just keeping that Williams at bay, keeping it nice and cool, tyres nice and clean. APS Hamilton, I think that Rebel is suffering from a bit of understeer. It looks like he can't quite get that nose in through some of the corners. Jason's back still pointing that McLaren all over the back of that diffuser. I think we might be about to see a move into turn 3, and we are. He goes down the inside, doesn't lock, manages not to lock a brake, manages to get that nose pointed in enough, but that ABS Hamilton's got enough downforce to manage to hang it around the outside. Jason is back still with that DRS on, but I don't think that might be just my end. It goes down the inside again. ABS Hamilton try and hang it around the outside, but Jason back has restored his lead. A good job from the McLaren driver. Now only 6/10 separate the top 3. Please refresh the screen for that, because I think Twitch is having a few teething problems with this new Xbox system that they've got. Now I've had a few more just had to leave us because of several mic issues, and I've had to make some few adjustments to things like games down, but hopefully I can resolve them, Twitch can resolve them for the next race. I think recently to be in Great Britain. Great Britain, I think, has seen some of the best league racing in the past. This back goes defensive into turn 3. ABS Hamilton going to try and hang it around the outside as he has done before. He goes deep onto the curb. Jason's back squeezing a little bit, but doesn't force him off the track. ABS Hamilton getting in. McLaren absolutely no quarter at all. We're going to ride side by side down into turn 4. Both braking late as possible. They're both locked up a bit. ABS Hamilton's going to try to switch back, but he basically gets a little bit squirrely coming out of that corner. And he almost gets forced onto the grass, still goes and tries to hang it on around through turn 5. I think it might be wise to give that position up, but ABS Hamilton's still going side by side through the beginning of the sector 3. I think ABS Hamilton, I think ABS's back came out, but he didn't want an incident. ABS Hamilton switching places constantly, and McLaren just seems to be a bit more underneath Jason and then Hamilton at the moment. That he might have just overheated his tyres a bit too much. Unbelievable racing through the first few laps. Really happy actually managing to catch up a little bit. AGH with a 3-second time penalty. I saw WF Perez with a penalty as well. I think Perez Trainer might have actually just had a spin there. I was lucky to catch that. But yeah, differing fortunes for everyone through the race. Ados Gamer making quite a few overtakes. There's another battle between P10, P9 and P8 in Haas and Renault in a bit of a Force India sandwich at the moment. Come back to that once the battle for P1 and P2 and P3 has calmed down a bit. Let's refresh my stream. So sorry if I'm actually missing any of the chat, but Twitch is just not really want to work with me today, as it does from time to time. We have to expect these things with modern technology. Everyone, I think it's starting to cool down, only running engine mode 2 or 3, although I think Zillion has actually whacked that up into the 4th one. Of course, everyone knows at this point 4 gives you a bit more grunt at that top speed, and 5 does. 5 gives you the best drive out of the corners, 4 gives you the best drive on the straight. Making it back into 4. You're going to have to be careful because he's only got around 30% left. A bit of a dive bomb. ABS Hamilton hangs it around the outside yet again. That's the 3rd time he's done that this race. And already, of course, through the race. This race is flying by. I'm enjoying this a lot. ABS Steerage actually on the outside of the back. So the 2 debutants currently running P1 and P2. So a bit of a shake up of the field, but nothing we haven't seen before. A couple of people that we normally see running up front are doing as well, like Ados Gamer, who didn't get the best start qualifying, accumulated laps, meant he started in P16. AJA getting probably the best qualifying I've ever seen in depth, starting in P4. Jason is back opening that wing again. I think that Gran just has a lot more downforce than that Red Bull at the moment. That's why he can't get past him on the straights. It's the Red Bull simply, every time he gets on the straights, knocks up the engine mode. Can't seem to get a reasonable amount of ground on that Red Bull to make an attempt. He actually knocks the back of the Red Bull, loses a bit of his front wing. Really surprised to see McLaren in this lap. It's going to be probably a loss of about 6 seconds if he wants to replace that. There's yellow flag in sector 1 and sector 2. Currently going through to see what they are, and that's a Force India. with ADOS Gamer and Aviates22 coming together. That is a very major incident. I think that might have just been a bit of decent. Normally if you do see an incident on a straight, that is usually decent. It's APS steerage. Jason is back now going side by side. That front wing damage is not going well for Jason at all. He's going to dive straight into the pits, leaves steerage fast without that much resistance at all. Hopefully, I'm just going to watch him come in, hopefully he doesn't bin it or speed. 50 miles an hour is the limit and he gets it slowed down perfectly. He's continuing on his P3, that's the highest he's run through all race at Lactix. Now into P4, it's the best race I think I've seen him have in a while, as my screen is currently shutting on and off. I'm not too sure why. Again, a bit of teething issues with this new Xbox system. I'm going to try and go dashboard to see if that helps. Hopefully it does. So, APS steerage, APS Hamilton, the two lead members, lead teammates as I call them, running P1 and P2, of course, not being teammates and being lead members, they're going to be racing each other as hard as ever, as hard as most people would. So, 2 penalties given out so far, yes, and that's just some people taking too much speed into the fast left-handers or getting a bit too excited on some of the hairpins and just sort of riding the orange curves as APS steerage, causing penalties, now gets himself one on the exit of turn 9 and between 10. With more to confirm, what remains of this stream is running all good. At least what I drink with me. Give me a second. There's an opportunity there. Take a bit of a swig in between battles. His steerage actually looking like he's got much pace. If it's dead, I can see on his tyres. But it won't affect him too much. I think still, again, he's not getting that much, or as much as he wants to, out of that Red Bull. And he's going to have to be careful because even though Jason has just put on, well, soft tyres, so I think he might actually be trying to go to the end. I'm not sure how quick the soft tyres are. Normally when I've got soft tyres, I normally try and avoid the hardest tyres like the plague, unless I know they're quick. If you go back to ILR3 China, Tom 123, actually he started in last place on the grid, and by the end of it, because he did APS steerage, cutting from a little story there, it's a 5-second stop though, speeding into the back. He's not going to serve that now as he just got it, but if he pits again, it'll be stationary for 5 seconds before that new set of tyres gets put on his car. The Leopard Affinity and Gun Thunder are now going for it. Gun Thunder on the super soft, so he will be on a wing stop. As Morgs just said, the softs are about 1 second a lap slower than the ultra softs, if you mean. So we put the super softs around 0.5 a lap slower. So decent pace from them. Easy fusion taking a bit of a leisurely cruise through the Austrian mountains at the moment. Taking it relatively easier on. APS Hamilton currently is your leader as APS steerage not getting the best out of that pit stop. He's going to have to fight his way past Futile Rydog. Futile Rydog gets out of the way of APS steerage like he was having blue flags. He doesn't want to fight him at all. I'm trying to find a battle throughout this race. I think I've got one between APS Hamilton and F1 Zanardi. I have a feeling because of the tyre difference, as we can see there is 11 laps difference between their set of softs. Hamilton's going to have to be a bit close following car with worn tyres, but he's going to brake a lot earlier, because he's going to have to need that extra braking room. But he makes very quick work of Zanardi. People getting out of the way of faster runners like they have blue flags. Would have expected a bit more feistiness from this, but obviously people thinking about their races don't want to overheat the tyres, and that is reasonable. And that's actually now the race leader. The yellows in sector 3, and the cycle through, try and find out what they were. Don't think I'm going to find it here. Now it's gone. There's Hotwire. It's looking on J-Rock for P14. He's hanging around the outside like his teammate is currently doing. J-Rock blocks him off very nicely because he now gets the benefit of DRS as well. So, the order is currently, before the pit stops, see, I think I just saw a little bit of front wing loss there. I'm not too sure who that was. Going through a bit too quickly. Really on average, on a set of stop tyres and a set of first lap of the race. I'm not sure how long that will last, but it's a very decent lap. I think it was a low 107s. Yolo is in sector 1 and sector 2. F1 Zanardi is out. ABS steerage, I think, has just had an incident with him. Zanardi is really going to have to not get very deep on those curves. He's literally right on the braking point. I'm not too sure what happened there. I think it might have just been a bit of a squeeze, maybe a bit of desync, but that is tragic for F1 Zanardi. Somebody that most likely going to score points in this race. There's more yellows in sector 1. Again, I'm going to try and cycle through to see what they were. That car on the outside of turn 1, I didn't quite see. Atlantis, hitting for the soft tyres. So we might see a few strategies go from ultra soft to soft and super soft to soft. So a bit of variation, of course. Those who started on the ultras are going to have much more warm tyres than those on the super starting on the super soft, because their tyres are going to be about 6-7 laps older. Leopard Affinity giving himself a 3-second time penalty. WF Perez does not want. Well, I thought he was getting out of the way from 16. He's not going to get 16, but again, you can get out of the way like you're getting out of the way with blue flags. 12 laps difference between those sets of soft tyres. So there's more of a gap in the top runners at the moment. Closest running to WF Perez in Atlantis. So WF Perez just let Atlantis pass. So I'm feeling that gap might increase. Easy Fusion, I would have thought, can run to the end on that set of softs. So I'm really in the podium positions. I'm trying to see how many places up he's actually up by 3. Utah Rydog up by 13, so very good stop. Very good race strategy from him as he now comes in. I have a feeling he'll probably come out around P11, P12 sort of area. ABS Theory coming again. That completely ruined his race. You see, he did just come in. Those laps are 0. Those tyres are 0 laps old. So the Dunder, he's just come in as well. Although I do think that was his first stop. Yes, it was. ABS Theory, you can see, have 2 stops. Those in on 2 stops, I think that might have been a loss of the front wing again. You know what now? WRT is looking at R-Frank. R-Frank is somebody you know hasn't had the best connection. WRT, that is a bit of a dive bomb, my friend. I think. But a bit of sidewall banging. I think should be fine, to be honest. No damage to either car. Bit of a dive bomb, a bit more of a racing incident. A lot of grip on those shots for Dark Phoenix. I'm not too sure where he found that from, but what a move. Engine glitch for R-Frank for something classic friendly. I'm just going to ignore that for a minute. Left Affinity and Perez going for it. Perez not nearly enough as he'd want out of those tyres. And I think he's still got to make those last another 3 laps before he can go on to the super soft tyres. Yellows in sector 3. Scroll through, see if I can find what they are. They've gone again before I can find them. So, Left Affinity on the back of the Toyota WF Perez. Again, I don't think Perez will. I don't think he actually backs out of it there. I'm not sure what he was hesitating about. I thought Perez might have moved across a bit on him on the straight. Lots of understeer. He's not getting anything out of those tyres at the moment. He really had a bit of a moment there, actually. On the external camera, I'm going to see if he's got any front wing damage when it goes to from this fairly useless view. Leopard Affinity is actually now out. Oh, what has happened there? That is in the worst place his car could possibly be. It's right on the racing line. and it hasn't ghosted either, so people are going to have to be unbelievably careful not to hit the hatch. But I wouldn't be surprised if we actually, was so close. People are actually going to have to be so careful not to lock up a wheel. I wish I was still spectating him then, because I was spectating him before I went to the fairly useless view on the Ferrari, so my fault. WR Phoenix is now out of second as well. I'm just trying to find where that was. Yellow's going turn 9. I think he might have just had a bit of a moment, had a bit of a spin coming out of turn 9, so that's just unlucky for Dark Phoenix. So we've already had 5 retirements from the second, and we're only halfway through the race. So, quite a bit of drama. I think the only major bit of drama that's affected the front lineup has been the one that ABS Steerage had with F1 Tonardi, of which was the first one in Raven Sender. Might have had something to do with one of those incidents. I'm not sure when he did retire. I wish I could see. I can't remember. But yeah. Feeling fairly stable at the moment, so I'm just going to try and run through who to pit again. Julian Abbey's almost definitely up to pit again. He's going to set up ultra softs. And to make those last another 17 laps would be, well, reasonably stupid in my opinion, but he's going to probably come in a couple of laps to put on some super softs. I think would be the ideal strategy. Especially how long these guys can make these soft tyres work, and WF Perez actually coming in to put on a set of softs as I say it. Well, not really pushing all that much. Our friend's going to have to watch it, his fuel lights on, so we're going to have to do a bit of fuel saving throughout the last 17 laps of this race. The first battle we've got so far is between Jason and Max Fusion Fusion, so we're going to go on board with the battle for the last podium place. Both on soft tyres, only 3 laps difference between them, so I think we might have a bit of a fight on our hands here, because they're both at a reasonable pace. When can Jason get that gap below 1 second to get that DRS zone activated for it? Utah Ride Dog is actually very close to APS Steerage as well. So we might see a move from both of the McLarens soon, a bit of a charge on our hands. Of course, one thing that could pick up dramatically, as it usually does, is a safety car. And that will give, well, Julian Average nothing but an advantage. And everything's going to be slow for the Delta, so he's probably going to come out in P5, I would think, if he did put under the safety car. And he's going to be on fresh tyres. So he'll probably go on a charge between people that have relatively warm softs at this point. Oldest set of softs are on ADOS Gamer's car and Jason's Back's car actually, who are on board with now. A little bit of tyre day, but not too much. He's keeping those tyres in relatively good shape. He's dropping back from music in a bit. A zillion pits. We're going to see where he comes out in a second. APS Hamilton retakes the lead. These softs and events are last for quite a long time. Fairly undramatic laps compared to what we saw at the start, with the top 3 battling it out relentlessly for the first 10 laps. Because a couple of incidents that people have had between pit stages, we've seen a massive spread of cars. It's alright, I'll get another time penalty. I would check how many he had, but that would just spoil it, I think. We'll find out at the end. Good, that's good. I think we've started to extend that gap between him and McLaren. He's now trying to chase the Force India. He is on 4 lap older softs, so he might close that lap down fairly soon. Zillion Average and P4 is at super softs, so we thought he'd close that gap very quickly indeed. Now, who crashed in qualifying, quite unfortunately, as he binned it going into the pit lane, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, he did. Still managed to qualify P4. Yeah, I think it was P4. Check real quickly. But P5 he qualified. So he's doing very well in Mercedes drive at the moment. Second straight back 3-7 time penalty. Not seen him with time penalty so far. Ian Average hasn't actually got that many, so Jason is carry on like he is. He's quite struggled to hold off Williams in the latter stages of the race. I think he's going to now actually start to catch ABS Hamilton marginally, but he has started to catch him. So just going through the field, close back we got Milo. I didn't even realise today that we got some Dun Thunder, Renault against Force India. See how old the tyres are, see who has the advantage. It's actually Dun Thunder that has the advantage at the moment. For that younger soft, just a question of how hot each other's tyres are as JJ Rock sends it up the inside into turn 4. Just a question of will Dun Thunder be able to get the switch back? He tries it, trying to go around the outside at turn 5. Quite ambitious move, he goes wide onto the grass as I think I'm actually going to have to quite a nifty switch with my batteries as I've just got the notification to say they are low. Ian Average now setting the fastest lap on the super soft tyres. Maybe by chasing his back now about a second a lap, and you've got some major pace in those at the moment. Dun Thunder now pits, lets ABS do his pass. He's only 3 tenths behind him. I'm going to quickly go for that battery switch. Give me 2 seconds. A lot of pace on those super soft tyres. You can see an average 5.6 seconds behind the McLaren Jason's back, almost completed another lap all on his own. Don't be surprised if you see Zillion fighting for those podium places in the next few laps. We're now 2/3 through this race, 24 of 36. Again, relatively short laps at Austria. Shortest lap time of the season, in fact. Only, low 1 minute. 1 minute 4s, 1 minute 5s in qualifying we saw. In the race, 1 minute 6s, 1 minute 7s. Of course, you see that with fuel, with the tyre wear. You might have set up changes here and there, making the car more dialed into the racetrack. I think Jason is actually making any pause for a push at the moment. He's still 5 seconds behind him, but catching quickly. Zillion is pushing, Jason isn't. If Zillion is able to keep those super soft tyres in reasonable conditions at the end, 888 now sets fastest lap. He is in last place, he's on the soft tyres. See how old they are. 2 laps old, so they're pretty much brand new. Zillion's tyres are brand new, he's been on them 4 laps, and he's already caught up 4 seconds. So second or back he's been on that. Good amounts of pace. Obviously, very feeling it. It's looking by the movements on that wheel, I get the feeling that Jason's back is on the pack, which all the more respect to people that have patience to drive on pad, because I personally think that is the most frustrating experience on the planet. Another man let me set it on in another league, Ishiro is also on pad, and funnily enough, also in the McLaren, also a very good driver. I don't know how some of these people put up with that, but yeah, he's running in a podium place in quite a prestigious league, it has to be said, on a pad. Those are some bragging rights right there. Because one of the biggest threats on this racetrack that I haven't mentioned yet, I wanted to see if anyone would do it. I haven't actually seen anyone do it yet. I'm going to go silent for a couple more laps. See if anyone does do it. Of course, there has been some yellow stuff. I don't know if somebody has or not. But it's that curve on the inside of sector turn 10. Sometimes if you hit that like head on with the nose, you can catch air and quite a nasty accident can happen. I think this happens to quite a few people in the time trial, pushing too hard. Now trying to catch up the car in front. Seeing that McLaren only 3 seconds behind that McLaren. So yeah, around a second a lap. He stopped super tyres are just so consistent in their pace, and they're just not seeming to get any dead on them at all at the moment. Those tyres, from what I'm looking at the moment, still seem completely fresh. I'm not sure if it's just Zillian's setup, Zillian's driving style, but he is going very, very well on super. If you're still comfortably leads, easy fusing in the Williams. If you're still doing a bit of a recovery drive at the moment after having an incident with F1 Zanardi on the turn 1 and turn 3. I don't know how that kink up in turn 3 is counted as a turn, but we'll fly with it. There's now, of course, the DRS zone is there as well. I have a feeling it might have been desync. I've seen a fair share of incidents to do with desync. A bit fed up with them, not gonna lie, but it'll just be something that happens. Of course, in such a precise game as this, you are going to start noticing those things such as decent when you're racing so close, inches apart from each other, possibly for 20 or so seconds. That is a major dive bomb from JJ Rocks in the Force India. He wants to make an impression on his first race in ILR3. If you're serious, slots back behind the Force India, tries to get a bit of slipstream. Of course, he hasn't got the DRS as he wasn't in the correct place in the detection zone, but coming around the outside. Rocks actually forces him wide, but it's still anything to reprieve that at all. JJ Rocks is actually on the older set of tyres. I think he might have just overheated them a bit, made a bit of a mistake. Actually, that aware is trying to play at the moment. Is able to look up the inside of turn 6 there. That was a very ambitious move. That's to be said, but it is, well, it is turn 7. Ignore me. DRS all over the place. It's ABS still having another look at the Force India. The Force India, we've seen his driving style forces you very close up in the apex. You compromise your exit as much as possible. Very aggressive driving speed. Of course, now a bit of a role reversal. There's the option down behind, without the use of DRS. Now it's going to be again the other way around as he was within a second of the Williams. Not going to be able to do a move unless he did dive bomb like he did the last time. No, he doesn't. A zillion average, and Jason's back. Jason's back goes in the pits. He doesn't want that threat at all. Zillion average. That's putting him back to another 4 seconds behind his nearest competitor. I think zillion average got within a second of Jason's back, and that encouraged Jason to go into the pits. I think he might be going into a set of ultra soft tyres. And then go into the light. He is on a set of ultra soft tyres. So this McLaren, don't be surprised if he has an unbelievable amount of pace these last few laps. I'm expecting to see fastest laps tumble. Easy fusion and ABS Hamilton is going to have to try and hang it out as long as they can. Easy fusion is starting to gain on Hamilton, and you see now he's starting to gain on Fusion. So as he holds it together, he could challenge very much going for the win. Somebody that is I want to shout out in mind, who is having a very nice race, ATS 90J20, who, again, as I said in qualifying, not had the best of luck this season, but he's currently fighting back in a very competitive P5. It's P11 right now, this is Renault against the Sauber of R-Frank. Renault on the inside. R-Frank gets the switchback move done though, with the use of DRS as well. Renault slots back behind him. He hasn't got use of DRS, slots behind him with slipstream, puts his battery down, and it's very early. I'm not too sure what that was for. Might be looking some compound. But sometimes has also got those fresh speakers on. We've seen a lot of consistency, not much wear, not much overheating. Blue Gator's back, not going to get that podium place, but regardless, it's a very competitive debut for him, as well as ABS Hamilton, who is now full-time in the Rebel. Ado's going to give himself 3-second time penalty, not being the best race for him at all. Supercar Rider is now going to be looking at JJ Rocks. Go around the outside, as JJ Rocks goes defensive, who's going to break later? I think it was in McLaren. So it's hanging around the outside, notice JJ Rocks actually saw what happened there. Way too much confidence in his race, and just I will drive into the side of McLaren. lap to go, and that gap between Brilliant and Easy Fusion not coming down as much as I thought it would be. I think he's finally starting to feel the wear in his tyres. As I said, Jason is back, would get that fastest lap, and he has done so. I don't think anyone is going to make a difference for that, unless AJ8 just wants to do it for honour, do it for glory on maybe lap 34, which we'll have to come in on, slam on a set of ultras, bomb it for the last lap, and that all into the... They're in second 2. AJ8, talk about him. He's actually gone for a little bit of a spin, a little gravel I think, as he's going to have very dirty tyres. Only 8 laps old those softs, so he's not having the greatest fun. I think that might have just been a bit of overheating, a bit of bad luck. Bit of a limping Sauber for the last few laps. Zillion average, yeah, I think P2 is finally starting to slip away from him. He's giving himself time penalty as a Easy Fusion starting to make serious gains on Nathan Hamilton. He might still have a battle in the last couple of laps yet. So the Red Bull ahead of the Williams, ahead of the Mercedes, ahead of the McLaren, but the McLaren not really a factor in this race anymore unless there is absolute colossal incident between the top 3 drivers. There's been, well, as I said, a few incidents in this race so far. WR Darkman is going for a spin in turn 9. Just remind you, AJ Steer is not helping his recovery drive at all, giving himself 3 second time penalty. Austria has reasonably strict time penalties from what we've seen so far. He's got wide open, another go at the Force India. Force India, from what he's learned before, I might want to break earlier. The Force India go wide. The opportunity there maybe for a switch back. Goes through the grass. If I think JJ Rocks gave him the position. Akito Ridel's going to hand it to him back as he did pass him off track. That's fair enough. He's going to have to make another move to make that position stick. Battle for P7 and P8 obviously. First battle for 4 points, or battle for 6 points. Is again not coming down quick enough. But we might see a scrap on the last lap. I have a feeling that's when we're going to be very close together, as I think ATS Steerage is going to try and go for that fastest lap. Going to put him down to P8, I think. Looking at those deficits. They just getting on 22 lap old softs. Those are ancient softs by this rate. 88. Into the gravel again. He's not having any luck at all. Down to turn 4. Jason is back now, laps in. He's not having the best time. 88's having one of the best qualifyings I've seen. Those softs are not having it at all. He's got dirt. He's gone cold. Which I think he might have taken too much on the tyres. Don't feel like it at the moment. This is confusing. He might have been saving his rubber these last couple of laps. It's 21 lap old stops, and he's putting in very competitive time for this stage in the race. APS Steerage going to have a move on WF1 Perez. Not looking for it around here, although I think he's going to make very quick work of him. And Perez has a bit of a moment. Brexit so he doesn't hit more yellows. AJ8 then. Sorry to assume it's AJ8. No, it's WF1 Perez. That moment was a bigger moment than I thought it was. He takes the foot through the gravel as R-Frank though tries to go for it, and that's put them both in the wall. R-Frank just went a bit too close to Toro Rosso there. I don't think Toro Rosso has got front wing damage, quite a lot of front wing damage as well. So he goes into the pits. I think we might see few last lap tumble. APS Steerage got past Utah Rider. Utah Rider might have had an incident. Tyre wear really starting to affect some of the drivers. Not Easy Fusion though. He's currently making unbelievable gains on that Red Bull. We haven't seen him sort of getting stabilised through the last few laps of middle section of this race. It's all coming to a climax. It's a bit of 2017 race we had around Austria. There was absolute chaos and calamity for the first 10 laps. Sort of void of nothingness. previous laps, and then all sort of congregating on each other for the last couple of laps. All about close finishes with Austria. Very common theme. We saw Hamilton and Rosberg hit each other in 2016. Rosberg won in 2015, I think, quite convincingly. Although 2014 they only finished 1.5 seconds ahead, of course, that time with Rosberg in front as well. And of course, I think, if I'm right, one of the closest ever finishes, Elio De Angelis and Pepe Rosberg, back in 1982, when it was back to Österreich, when you had things like the Bosch curve, one of the most dangerous and fearsome tracks in F1, not here anymore. Obviously, the Österreich ring used to be much longer than the A1 ring is now. I don't think Easy Fusion is going to get that opportunity to get past the Red Bull, but he plays a lot later than the Red Bull does in that corner. Although, that Red Bull, very good launches all throughout the race, with Jason Pratt had a bit of a battle with him through the first couple of laps. He just wasn't aiming to pass him. P.S. Hamilton's been excellent in defence throughout the entire race. You're just going to have a few panoramic shots of the Red Bull completing the last few corners of the race. APS Series and J-Rocks going for it. APS Series makes very quick work of the Force India. I think that will be the last of the battles we see in this race. APS Hamilton now coming through the last corner, being very careful not to hit any apexes. It was a close finish. There's a bit of weaving up to the line. He crosses the line in P1. That is going to be it for the Austrian Grand Prix, with your winner being debutant APS Hamilton in the Red Bull. We'll get them in the party for a sec, as they just enjoy this moment and relax, as I need to give my voice a rest, it seems. Because Morgs, he had to leave as Xbox issues, mic issues, Twitch issues, not too sure what it was, but everything just failed on him. So GG, APS Hamilton, Easy Fusion and Zillion Average are your podium finishers. As the AI deciding to be to lose a few brain cells on the in-lap and just ruin some of the race-winning cars. It's yeah. As now I'm actually going to try and get a few of guys into the party for the post-race interviews. Hold on, bro. Make sure your audio is just included in the commentary. Yeah, got it?
There we go. That's all I got. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll just wait for some of the others to join. I need to still invite Zillion Average, that's my mistake. So, since you're here first, I may as well interview you first. So congrats on that P2. A very good drive from 6th on the grid. Only one penalty, so quite consistent. So just give us a general overview of that race for you.
Well, it was pretty tough going into it. I didn't think I had the pace to keep up with these guys, but I guess that was different. I don't know what happened to his steerage, but he ended up in the back somehow. But I don't know, this has been a tough league for me. I've had bad luck, as in Canada I got the pit stop glitch, and then before that I just wasn't fast, so it feels nice to finally contribute to steerage for all the carrying that he's done for me so far. So
okay, yeah, it was quite unfortunate for APS Hamilton, as he had an incident with trying to overtake F1 Zanardi on the second DRS zone. So yeah, I saw you actually catching up to APS Hamilton a lot in those final stages. I thought we might have actually seen a move for the lead, but those tyres go off. Did they overheat, or did he pick up the pace, or not see an opportunity for a
I
move?
think his tires were going away because I pitted a lap or two after them, but due to the fact that I had a penalty and I kept asking Jeff if he did, and he didn't, so I didn't want to try anything stupid and ruin his or my race, so I was just sitting
Okay.
back towards the end, last 2 laps.
Yeah, because I thought we might have seen something there. Because I don't know if you had the stream on in the background. Because we saw a couple of mighty dive bombs. It has to be said. So we also have.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
expecting, but I didn't want to ruin his race or mine, so I just left it how it was, figured it was good.
Yeah, so we have our P3 man in the party as well. Zillion average 9. Just make sure your audio is included in the broadcast. And we can start asking you the questions. So, yeah, it's fairly, from what I saw, fairly uneventful race in terms of overtaking. It was just good strategy to the end. So, yeah, again, just give us a general overview of how that race went for you. Is he there?
Is that for me or Zillion?
Zillion.
Oh. I don't know if he's here.
Well, he should be. He just joined the party. I think we'll just have a bit of a moment, see if Zillion can get his mic sorted out, so we can interview him. Unfortunately, we won't actually see an interview from APS Hamilton, as he just sent me a message saying his mic isn't working, which is unfortunate. I would have quite liked to interview the, well, debuting winner, which is something you don't see that often. Last time I think I saw it was WXL, like about a year ago it must have been. But I think Zillion might be having a couple of mic issues, so I think we might have to call it there, unless he comes in at the last minute, maybe, possibly.
But awesome commentary on your guys' part. It was fun. I'll have to go back and look at it. I had it up, but wasn't really paying attention for the most part. But
Yeah,
you guys couldn't be done without you guys, so.
Yeah, for the it was the two of us for qualifying, but Morgs had some issues, so I was the only one for the race. But I tried my best. Got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm good. I think Zillion isn't able to give us any answers. But anyway, that has been ILR3 for this week. Next week is Great Britain. Hopefully it'll be back to normal for next week. Me and Jess, as usual, and as normal,